This is the original layout of the property, or the section of the property that I was brought in to resolve. Kitchen, diner, utility room, cloakroom and garden room. This doorway which we're entering through is the back door to the house, but it is also the main door to the house. The front door is blocked, it is no longer used, it is simply used for storage. It enters into a utility room here, which is very Spartan. It's mostly used to store overflow from the kitchen and muddy shoes. It doesn't function well. There isn't enough space to actually use this as an entryway or utility room easily. Entering into the kitchen, you are hemmed in by this breakfast bar halfway along the length of the room. There is a dining area, but it feels very much like an afterthought. And the kitchen is not welcoming from any angle. Whether you enter from the living room, from the garden room, from the utility room, you have to go around to get into it. There is access into the garden room, as you can see, but to get into that from the living room, the utility room, you have to go around the table, around the breakfast bar. This area of the house just doesn't flow. The clients knew that from the outset. That is the first thing they told me. That's specifically why they brought me in. Stripping everything out, you can see that some changes are made. The original door from the utility to the kitchen is blocked up, with a new doorway put in beside it. The doorway into the garden room is widened and shuffled across, while the window, which was above the sink, has become French windows. That is because the entire kitchen has been flipped on its head to improve the flow, balance and aesthetic of the room. The first major change you notice is the addition of a carved oak gallows porch above the rear door. This extends the original gable and roof line above the back door, framing it and signalling that this is the main entrance to the house. The utility room is restyled to be more of a hallway to make a better, grander entrance. It still retains the functionality of the utility room with the boiler, the washing machine and boot storage, but it is much more welcoming and open. There is space for a comfortable chair and to hang your coats. It makes for a much better entrance. Going through into the kitchen, you can see that the flow is much improved. It is simpler, more intuitive to get around. The corner units here were chosen so that the flow wouldn't be interrupted with harsh, sharp edges, while the island idea was refined upon. Rather than an island, to use a refectory table with a copper work surface on top. The kitchen is divided into three zones. You have the pantry, you have the cooking area here, which has a custom-made spice rack. You also have the wet washing area here, which has this beautiful vine-embossed copper Belfast sink and a boiling water tap, so that the surfaces can be kept clean and free of any extraneous appliances. Panning around here, you can see that the pantry and the cooking area were designed to mirror each other. The pantry features a tall American fridge freezer with French doors. It has a built-in wine cooler, a warming drawer and a microwave to mirror the cooking area here, which has an induction hob and two Neff slide and hide ovens. There is also an aged copper backsplash to match the copper sink, the work surface, the handles and the light fittings throughout this design. One feature that might not have been noticed is the electrical box. The electrics were not able to be moved, simply for cost reasons, so the box has been concealed by making it look as if it is part of the timber work to the ceiling. The cabinetry is sourced from Howdens. It is their lovely new Elmbridge range in dusk blue with their antique copper handles. The table and the sink had to be sourced specifically for this project, but otherwise it is all easily available as standard.